Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening tonight. I'm really excited to tell you about this canine line that we've worked with DAC to create. Let's see. First off, my name is Sophie Ullman. I work for Green Mountain Animal. We are a contract manufacturer of companion animal supplements for dogs, cats, horses, and we can produce in a variety of forms, from soft chews, powders, liquids, gels, pastes. And I am the customer service supervisor. I'm also the DAC account manager. And it's been a real pleasure working with the DAC team to create this awesome line for you. Let's see if I can get to my next slide. All right, so to give you a little information on the manufacturing process, we do use cold extrusion. This has a limited heat step that's going to aid in stabilizing the efficacy of vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. This is really great for probiotic chews, things with vitamins and minerals that would be affected by a stronger level of heat that would kill the positive impact of those materials. The chews are also soft and malleable, which makes for easy dosing and accessibility for dogs of all sizes and ages. For example, I have a really small 14-pound Chihuahua, and I love that he can easily eat supplements, soft chews. It's a really great way to give your dog their daily dose of whatever they're needing. It's also great for older dogs that might have a weaker jaw, for example. The supplements are made with a dedication to quality materials, processes, and they're backed by CGMPs and SOPs, which are current good manufacturing processes and standard operating procedures. Our CEO and founder is Dale Metz. He is also the co-founder of the NASC, which is the National Animal Supplement Council. I'm sure all of you are very familiar with that, as many of the DAC products do wear that seal on them. A really important note that I always like to mention when talking about supplements is that they are supplements. They are not a drug. They are not a magic cure-all. They're essentially designed to aid the body in its natural daily functions. They're not going to do anything magical and out of the ordinary. Something great about giving these supplements to dogs and cats and horses is that you're not going to have that placebo effect that you see in humans. If it's working in the dog, you're going to know, you're going to see it, and you're going to be able to experience that. So that's a really great benefit of the supplements. All of the products in this canine line, soft chews, liquids, and the powder, they're made by an NASC preferred supplier in an FDA inspected and NASC audited facility. Our CGMPs and SOPs ensure a commitment to quality and products you can trust. These are all manufactured in the USA with domestic and imported materials, and no artificial flavors, preservatives, or colors are ever used. So the first step in the extrusion process is the weighing and mixing of the materials. So we will essentially pull all of the dry powders, mix those together in the first video that you'll see here is a 40-kilo industrial size stand-up mixer. We do also have a 190-kilo Sigma mixer that works on some of our larger batches. So this is pretty standard. This is essentially a larger KitchenAid that you might see in your own kitchen. That's going to mix up the powders. We're then going to add the liquid to that to create a dough that will be fed into the extruder, which I will show you in the next video. This is the larger Sigma mixer. It can hold up to 190 kilos of powder. So next we have cold extrusion. The powder and the liquid dough is going to be fed into the extruder, where a fly knife is spinning and cutting the chews to the desired weight and then dropping them onto the tray, where they're going to be allowed to cure for 24 hours. This curing step is really important to help the chews to really set so that you're not going to have them clumping or sticking together in the jar. A die is attached to the end of that extruder that's spinning. So as the dough is being fed through there, it's almost like a large Play-Doh machine. And it's just going to be chopping those chews to the desired shape and size. I'll play this. So that's that spinning knife in there, and the dough is being fed from above and dropped right out of there. Those are the trays that they cure on as well. So we just have somebody kind of breaking down any clumps so that it can be fed into there. And the actual pressure of the knife is what's going to help the binding of the chew, which is what helps us to avoid any of the heat that you might need for like a baked product. And then the packaging process, essentially the chews, as soon as they've cured, they are going to be sent through a metal detector to ensure that there is no risk of metal in the chews because of the metal in the extruder. This is just an added step for security. Chews are then packed into jars. They are induction sealed, coated, labeled, and tamper banded for tamper evidence and sealed for freshness. So this is the dosing for the soft chews. You'll notice there's 4 different types of dosing, and I can explain these a little bit further. So we have the Allerade, the Daily, the Flex, the Peace and Calm, the Probiotic, and the Skin and Coat. Those all have really similar dosing. All of these are based on the weight of the dog, so you know that you're giving your dog an appropriate amount that they might need daily. If you're concerned about a dog under 25 pounds, say you have like a 6-pound Chihuahua, you can break the chew in half. Great flexibility in that dosing. Things like the DAC Chill-X, you'll notice that that dosing is broken down a bit more. I'll get into that a bit later, but that is really because the Chill-X is the chew in here that contains CBD, so it does have a little bit more specific dosing for that body weight to ensure that you're not giving your dog too much or too little. The 5-in-1 or the Daily Plus is going to be the multifunction. That's a pretty safe 1 or 2 chews a day based on the body weight. And the female multi has the breakdown based on body weight for female dogs, where the larger group is a bit more specific to male, female, different breeds. For the liquid and the powder, we have the 3-in-1 puppy tincture. That's going to have a nice dosage dropper on there, so you can give exactly 1 milliliter per day. This can be added to food or water. The DAC pre-whelping powder comes with a scoop, so you're going to give 1 or 2 scoops a day based on weight, and that can be sprinkled on top of food or added in the water to make sort of a paste. Okay, so the first soft chew is the DAC Daily. This is a daily canine supplement formulated with a blend of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. They're going to aid in the body's natural daily functions. It's a 3.5-gram chew. There are 62 chews per jar. So for your smallest dog, you are going to be getting at least 2 months supply there. A larger dog will get 1 or 2 months. This multivitamin is a really quick and easy way to give your dogs their daily dose of vitamins and minerals. Just like we as humans need some additives to our diet that we might not be getting in our daily foods that we're eating. This does contain 7 B vitamins, which are essential for overall health. I'd like to call out methylcobalamin, which is a naturally occurring form of vitamin B12. And it does also contain 20 different vitamins and minerals in there as well, which again, that limited heat step is going to aid in keeping those efficacious to the end of their shelf life. DAC Daily can really be given to any dog that is needing a vitamin or mineral supplement additive to their diet. It's a great 1 a day, 2 a day chew that you're giving so that you know that your dog's getting everything that they need. Next is the DAC 5-in-1. This is the DAC multifunctional dog supplement. This is going to aid the body's natural functions from the inside out. It's a little bit larger as a 4-gram chew. It's going to hit hip and joint, digestion, skin and coat, immunity, and antioxidants. So we have glucosamine hydrochloride, turmeric, Boswellia serrata, and MSM. Those are all kind of must-have hip and joint products in the canine market. They're just glucosamine, the turmeric are going to work to aid in that joint health. The digestion, we've got an 8-strain enzyme blend. We have a probiotic blend of Bacillus coagulans and Lactobacillus acidophilus. Really great thing about Bacillus coagulans is that it is a spore former. So while probiotics can be kind of a more volatile product, the Bacillus coagulans, as a spore former, you know you're going to have that efficacy to the end of that product's shelf life. Skin and coat, this is high in omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, which are known to benefit skin and coat health. For the immunity aspect, we have colostrum, which is going to support healthy growth and development. It contains immunoglobulins that are going to support normal immune function and promote the growth and maturation of cells. It does also contain a blend of B vitamins. Antioxidants, again, we have the turmeric and the Boswellia serrata. These are really a dual function. The antioxidants are great for promoting that skin and coat health, general health of the body, as well as that hip and joint. The DAC Chillax. So this is the CBD calming supplement from the line. This is great for pets that are experiencing situational stress, say a trip to the vet, a car ride. This is formulated with 10 milligrams of CBD per chew, which is a pretty competitive input. You see a lot of chews made with 1, 3, 5 milligrams of CBD, but studies are showing that we could actually be giving our dogs quite a bit more CBD than we had previously thought. My small 14-pound dog that I mentioned, I typically give him 2 or 3 CBD chews, even if it's recommended dosing of 1, because I know that he needs more to actually experience it. So it's great to see a product on the market that's actually formulated with that dosing, that you're going to see a response in the dog. This is a really easy application for an upset or stressed animal that might otherwise not really be susceptible to taking a pill or a calming liquid. It's a way to kind of give your dog that calming additive without having to add to their stress. DAC Peace and Calm. This is more of an herbal option for the calming. It's going to calm the body and mind, working from the inside out to induce a relaxing response. So this does contain colostrum. Again, it's a healthy source of antibodies to assist the body's natural response. It has thiamine hydrochloride, which is a necessary vitamin for the dog's diet. It's going to help with brain and heart function and increase circulation and metabolize carbs. So it's really just a great material to have in there, kind of supporting the idea that if your body is functioning properly, you're probably going to feel better and therefore have a more calm state of mind and a happier life. Ginger, L-theanine, and L-tryptophan are all going to promote brain health. L-theanine specifically is a non-essential amino acid that is going to enhance GABA production. L-tryptophan is an essential amino acid that promotes production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. This is that chemical that is, or not chemical, but it's what is in turkey that makes us sleepy on Thanksgiving after we eat it. Chamomile, green tea, and valerian root. These are herbals known for their calming and soothing properties. So altogether, this is a really great option for the folks that are maybe not on board with CBD yet, but still have kind of a high anxiety, stress dog that they're wanting to give some sort of calming supplement to. This is a great alternative option. DAC Allerade. This is formulated with herbal, botanical, and natural ingredients to assist the body's natural defense against seasonal and other allergies. So this contains green tea, nettle leaf, perilla, licorice root, and apple cider vinegar, which are known for calming itchy and irritated skin. Green tea is a polyphenol and antioxidant. Studies show that diets high in antioxidants and polyphenols benefited dogs with atopic dermatitis. This is, of course, a skin condition, so connecting the dots there that if a dog's got an irritated skin or coat based on seasonal allergies, food allergies, whatever it may be, this is going to help to calm their body from the outside. Biotin is known for its benefits to skin and coat health. Again, we see colostrum. You really can't go wrong with this material. It's going to benefit really every part of the body. It's going to promote a healthy immune system is really its goal in this specific chew. Colostrum, if you don't know, this is sourced from from bovine. So it's the first milk that the cow is producing for its calves. It's really nutrient dense, and it's great as a building block for those first days. So it's really a great benefit in an allergy chew. My dog gets kind of red, itchy spots on him that he'll lick at relentlessly. And this personally is what I would give him to help aid in that. So it's great for dogs that you're seeing skin irritations, licking, red spots. And again, this is a product that you'll actually get to see the results from. The dog's not going to make up that they're feeling better. They'll be itching one day and they won't be the next. So you'll actually get to see and experience the benefit of that. We do also have the skin and coat. This is similar to the Allerade, but a little bit more focused on skin and coat health as opposed to kind of combating the seasonal allergies. So this is formulated with vitamins, minerals, and fish oils to promote a shiny coat and healthy skin. Contains biotin, zinc, vitamin E, and A to soothe skin and coat and aid in the growth and development of a healthy coat. Studies show that diets high in EPA and DHA have the similar benefits to polyphenols and antioxidants in that they're good for just maintaining that healthy coat. This product is high in omega-3 and 6 fatty acids from safflower oil and 2 varieties of fish oil, which are Icelandic fish oil and fish oil concentrate. So great natural source of EPA and DHA. I know at DAC Days, I heard a lot about the importance of omega-3s for horse health. Same deal for dogs. It's going to have that very similar benefit to that skin and coat health. Vitamin E as well is an antioxidant that is going to benefit that skin health. I think that the skin and coat chew is a great option for show dogs, dogs with long or short hair. And I really think that dogs with both irritated and maybe itchy skin or just healthy skin can benefit from this because it is going to improve that skin and coat. We have DAC Flex. This is the hip and joint supplement that is going to promote flexibility and healthy joints. No line would be complete without a hip and joint product. This is one of the most popular chews in the market and definitely a great option to add to a canine line. So again, we're going to see that glucosamine, chondroitin, sulfate, and MSM. These are the standard 3 must-haves. We also see green-lipped mussel or perna, fish oil, again, sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which are going to benefit in reducing inflammation and healthy joints. Vitamin E, as well as an antioxidant to relieve inflammation. Manganese is going to aid in the production of connective tissue. And it also paired with glucosamine is going to aid and enhance the impact that that has. MSM is necessary for collagen production and can promote a healthy inflammatory response. I think that the Flex is a great chew for dogs that might have hip issues, known for joint pain, but it's also just a good preventative supplement to give your dog to kind of keep the fluidity in the joints and preventative medicine to avoid future hip and joint problems. The DAC Probiotic. This is a supplement designed for digestive health. It's aided benefit of vitamin E. So this is an antioxidant that is beneficial for gut health. This is also formulated with 2.5 billion CFUs or colony-forming units per chew at time of manufacture of Lactobacillus acidophilus, Enterococcus faecium, and Bacillus coagulans. So again, Bacillus coagulans is that really great hardy probiotic strain that's going to be a spore former, and you will continue to see its efficacy at the end of the shelf life. Lactobacillus acidophilus and Enterococcus faecium are great strains as well. They are just prone to dying out at some point in the life of the chew. That being said, most people don't hang on to a small jar of probiotics for more than 2 years. But just like we, as humans, feel that we should take probiotics to aid in our gut health, same for dogs. We really are humanizing our pets these days, so many people would go without before they would let their dogs go without. And I think that dog probiotics are just a great example of treating ourselves the way that we treat our pets. And it is a great added supplement. I know so many people that have dogs with issues with IBS or scooting issues. This is a great probiotic supplement to add to your daily regimen to really supplement that diet. The DAC female multivitamin is similar to our daily multivitamin. It's just aimed specifically at female dogs and their daily needs. So just like we have women's daily vitamins, these are designed for female dogs. So it is going to contain a full vitamin B complex. So that's B1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 12. These are designed to energize, facilitate natural body functions, and aid in the maintenance of the body. The vitamin blend is going to aid in immune and cell function, inflammation, and cognitive health. It does contain potassium citrate, which supports bladder health and lowers acidity in urine. Vitamin C is a good anti-inflammatory response, and vitamin E is good for fat metabolism and cell function. I think that this chew is great for any female dog, young, pregnant, a showing dog. Really, any female dog could benefit from this. They're a smaller chew, really easy dosing. So if your smallest dog is taking one chew, then you're actually getting at least a 3-month supply of this female multivitamin. Your largest dog, if it needs 3, you know that you're at least getting 1 month. So I think that that's a really great selling point for this product. It is also just a really easy and fun way for your dog to take their daily supplement without having to give them some sort of a pill. It's an enjoyable chew that they can actually look forward to. The DAC pre-whelping powder. So this one is designed with pregnant female dogs in mind. It can be added to food or water, and it's going to contain the vitamins and minerals needed to support the prenatal stage. Again, just like a pregnant woman would take her prenatal vitamins, this is a pre-whelping powder for female dogs. So it contains a blend of B vitamins that are necessary for the pet's diet and are not naturally found in the typical dry food kibble diet. It contains vitamins A, C, D3, and E, which are going to benefit bone health, immunity, and cell function. Fenugreek seeds, these are known for reducing the blood glucose level and can aid in avoiding eclampsia, which is a condition seen in lactating females. This can be caused by pregnancy, which can cause insulin resistance. Fennel seeds are also in this product. It mimics estrogen-like activity and may reduce the intensity of infantile colic. So this really is a great herbal approach to holistic health for a female dog that is in the pre-whelping cycle, either approaching the lactating phase. It's just really a great, easy powder supplement that you can add to the food or the water. It's tasty, the dog enjoys it, and it's a really easy way to make sure that this dog, who is really creating another form of life, has everything that they need to give to that puppy so that it can be healthy as well. The 3-in-1 puppy tincture is the liquid in this canine supplement line. It is a nutritious and tasty blend in liquid form with a really easy dropper to give puppies the daily dose for healthy growth and development. So this is going to be a 1 gram, 1 milliliter dropper. It contains, again, bovine colostrum. You really can't go wrong with this product. Colostrum itself is actually increased in its impact when combined with Enterococcus faecium and Lactobacillus acidophilus, which are the probiotics found in this tincture. The enzyme blend in there is also going to promote gut health, and it contains organic chicken bone broth for a nutrient-dense base. This is also rich in collagen, great for bone health, healthy development of the skin and coat. This is probably good for puppies. It's hard to say exactly when to start and stop giving a puppy a supplement. I think that when you get into determining dosing timelines, I think that it's great to speak to a veterinarian. I've seen studies that say you can start at 1 month, start at 3 to 6 months, going up to a year, stopping sooner or later. It's really hard for me to say personally. I think that if folks are wondering about that, I think that that is a great question for a veterinarian. And that is about it. I did want to include my email address so that if anybody has any questions that they wanted to email me afterwards, they're more than welcome to. And I would love to open it up to any questions that you might have right now.
Sophie, excellent. I know I can speak for everybody. That was great. And then we've all learned a lot more about the products, the manufacturing, the quality of manufacturing. So I really appreciate your time. Now, there's a couple of questions that people have typed in. And the first one is, can I use DAC, Allerade, and Skin and Coat together?
Yeah, I don't think that that would be a problem. I think that the products, the formulas are fairly similar, though they do have a few standout ingredients in them. That being said, there's nothing in there that combined with like products would be have a negative effect for the dog. So I definitely think that you could give both of those together.
So a similar question, but on 2 other products. The question is, when would you recommend Peace and Calm versus Chillax?
Okay. I think that Chillax is greater for a higher intensity situation. I think that you will see stronger and quicker results from the Chillax. I think that the Peace and Calm is a great herbal and natural holistic approach to calming and kind of like a long-term calming effect. So I would say Chillax is more for an in-the-moment situational anxiety or stress, where the Peace and Calm can be used at a longer lasting, more regularly. I just wouldn't want to give a dog CBD every day and have them constantly on CBD. Not that it's really a bad thing. I just think that if it's like a stressful car ride or a trip to the vet or fireworks, I think that's when the CBD Chillax is a great option, whereas Peace and Calm is for slightly less intense situations.
What are the differences between the 5-in-1 and the Flex?
Yeah, the 5-in-1 it's going to hit 5 different points, whereas the Flex is going to have higher inclusions of the hip and joint focused materials. The 5-in-1 does contain similar materials, but at lower inclusions because we had to leave space, of course, for the other 4 points. So the Flex is great for a more focused need on hip and joint, where the 5-in-1 is more of an all-around. It's going to hit those different immunity, antioxidant, skin and coat, probiotic, hip and joint all at once. So if you're seeing a dog that has more severe or pronounced hip and joint issues, I think that you move for the Flex, whereas the 5-in-1, as long as they're less extreme, I think that that is a great option as like a daily dosage. I do think that you would be fine to give the 5-in-1 along with the Flex, or even intermittently. Maybe you do a week on the 5-in-1, a week on the Flex, and kind of see the results and how the dog is responding. And you can always lean towards whichever one seems to be having the best effects for your specific animal.
In the equine line, we have 2 similar products. One is called the Total Performance and the other is the Total Performance Plus. And the Total Performance Plus has a joint supplement in there. And we say that at the 3-ounce or higher feeding rate of the Total Performance Plus, you'll get a maintenance dose of the joint supplement. Is it the same with the 5-in-1, that at the higher level we'll get a maintenance dose of the joint, or I couldn't say that?
No, I think that that would be accurate. I would
Okay,
agree with that.
perfect. So Katie McGrain, no one would call you crazy, Katie, until they met you. But I rode with Katie a month or so prior to DAC days, and we were talking about the Canine line, and Katie loves her puppies to death, and she has an older dog, and she was most excited about trying them on her Nuggle Bear. Anyway, she says, call me crazy, but a week on Flex and my Border Collie's hip issues after running at the barn for hours have disappeared. And we have slowly been getting more and more testimonials in about changes that people are seeing in their pups, so that's great. Another question here is a great one. What is the shelf life on this product line?
I would have to double check, but I am fairly certain that all of the soft chews have a 2-year expiration. And I just want to check on the powder and the tincture. But to give you an idea of where the shelf life is coming from, it is based off of the shortest shelf life of the material in the product. So whatever material is going in there that has the shortest shelf life, that's what we'll base it off of. So say we get a product that has 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, and then maybe the glucosamine that's going in there is only going to be good for 2 years. That's what we'll base it off of, so that at the end of that shelf life, even though the product might still be entirely efficacious, at least we know that one of them is starting to lose its strength.
And I think that's the most important thing to point out. I think when we think about shelf life, we typically think about milk in the refrigerator that's past its use-by date and it's rotten and it stinks and nobody actually wants to drink it because it'll make you sick. When we're talking about the supplements, the equine supplements, the canine line, it's not that the product's going to go rotten and gross. It's that they will lose efficacy. So whichever ingredient A that lasts for 2 years, it's going to start to lose its efficacy after 2 years, but it's not going to be rotten. So I just wanted to clarify that. One question
Absolutely.
that Ms. Tina was able to answer for us, we had the question, when will the 3-in-1 puppy tincture be available? And it's actually in-house and ready to ship. I know that when Sophie came to DAC Days, we had an abbreviated group of products available, and that is ever increasing. Ashton asked when the canine oil will be available, and the canine oil is in the warehouse and ready for shipping. Does the canine oil offer a different formulation from the equine oil? Not at this point. Is there any of these that cannot be fed with another, i.e. negative effects? Yeah, I guess that's an interesting question, Sophie. In our equine line, and I guess I could answer this, but in our equine line, we've got 5 or 6 pure vitamin and mineral supplements at the beginning of the catalog, and I always say you pick one of these. So you're going to pick, one mare supplement, vitamin and mineral, or the kind of baby vitamin and mineral, but you're not going to feed both of them to the same horse. So are there any products within this line that you would not feed together because it would be kind of too much or cause any issues?
I don't think so. The one that's coming to mind is the puppy tincture. I wouldn't want to give a whole lot of anything to a puppy just because they are so small and developing. But I think for the most part, there's really nothing in the chews that, as long as you followed the dosing guidelines. I'm sorry, I have a cold right now, so I'm a little stuffed up.
That's okay.
I think as long as you followed the dosing guidelines and you didn't go too overboard with either of them, you stayed in line and you gave 2 of the same supplement, 2 from the same supplement line, I think that would be fine.
And I'm guessing, I'm thinking maybe DAC Daily and the female multi might be overkill.
Yeah, I think that I would agree with that.
Okay, what have we got else here? What would you recommend for a younger dog around 8 months old? I just had a customer ask this today.
I think that the 5-in-1 would be a great option, because as the younger dog, it'll kind of hit all of those necessary points for development. It does contain colostrum, which is a great supplement material. I don't really think you could go wrong. I think that the skin and coat would be great for developing, especially if it was, say, a show dog and you really wanted to get started on the supplements for the skin and coat. I think that would be fine too.
Excellent. Okay, and then it's another question. With a lot of products containing probiotics, is it overkill to give the probiotic product daily? And I think, also a lot of us feed a commercial dog food, dog kibble, that may have probiotics in it. But I think one thing that I would caution people, and this is something that we're seeing more and more in the equine world, is that by definition a probiotic has to be live, and we're guaranteeing here at manufacturer, and Sophie did allude to the fact that towards the end of the shelf life things might start to die off, and that's absolutely normal. But in our equine feeds that are undergoing a lot of heat and a lot of pressure, and a lot of those probiotics are actually dead even when you just buy it from the store. So why don't you touch on that a little bit, Sophie? I think for most people, if I could speak, I buy a dog food from the store and it's got ingredients in it. So would I feed a probiotic on top of that?
I think it is going to depend really on the food that you're giving. I think it'll depend on the strains in there as to whether or not they're going to be alive.
But I would say
I
definitely
really,
if you've got an issue with the dog, maybe it's on antibiotics for some sickness or it's got diarrhea, then definitely more would be a good thing. Wouldn't you agree?
right,
Yeah.
definitely. And I think that I really think that this would be a situational. I don't think that adding the probiotic in line with the supplement, another one of the supplements in this line, would be a problem. But I do think bringing into consideration that the kibble might be having it and they could be getting it from something else, I just think that it's something to be wary of.
Yeah, and
But
that's the same
yeah.
in the equine world. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else missed when you can start the 3-in-1 puppy age-wise.
I think so. I am not a vet. I do not have specific animals health background in that aspect, but I did do a little bit of research on it, and what I was seeing was that it can be started. I was getting differing opinions, so I did read somewhere that you can start it at a month. I read in another study that you could start at 3 months. I honestly think it's a great question for a vet if you have concerns. I think anywhere around the 6-month mark is totally fine, but earlier than that, I'm just not positive enough to give a solid answer.
When do dogs stop nursing? I have no idea when puppies stop nursing. How long do puppies nurse on their mothers? Does anyone know?
I think it's like 10 weeks.
Because if we think about the puppy tincture, like we think about the coat grower in our equine line, I recommend at 3 months of age, and that comes from, that's when the equine lactation curve really drops off, and that foal is then expected to consume its own nutrients in what it's eating. So if we go with that logic with the puppy and think, okay, well, at 10 to 12 weeks, he's really stopped nursing and he's eating his own food, then that might be a place to start. But I do agree with Sophie, with babies, it's always, a good idea to chat with your vet. Another testimonial: started my 3-year-old and 1-year-old border collies who are working dogs on Flex as soon as I got it. They go for it first in their feed bowl, so they like to eat it. Giving it to them as a preventative, but she's also got a client buying Chillax for a dog with major anxiety. And he usually chews things, and he didn't chew anything that day. That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good to hear these things. Can you use Chillax and daily for inflammation? Older dog with soreness. I can't see why you wouldn't, but you could speak to that.
Yeah, I definitely think that you would be fine to use both of those together.
Yeah. Would a 4-month-old 48-pound, holy mackerel, it's 4-month-old 48-pound puppy be the same dose by weight? Being as it's so young, is all the product based on weight? Yeah, I think all the products are based on weight, aren't they?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Jessica's informed us that they nurse 5 to 6 weeks, 6 weeks or so. Yeah. Okay. So some great questions there. There's one other one that I think is way too difficult to try and answer here, and it's a comparison to another brand. And you know how I feel about that. I hate doing comparisons because I always say sell what you've got and what you don't. But here's what I would say is if you send Sophie an email asking, how do our products stack up to X brand, Y brand, help her out a little bit. Give her all the information that you have on that particular brand, because if it's anything like the equine world, there is 1,001, and I mean, I can't keep up with all the brands of equine supplements out there, not to mention all of the other canine supplements out there. And it's not Sophie's job to know everything else that's being sold by every other brand. So do her a favor and make sure that you give her enough information on what else you're asking about. Any other questions before we sign off? Again, Sophie, I'm just so thrilled that you were able to come on. I'm sorry you have a cold, but you choose to live in Vermont, so my sympathies are little. No, I'm just kidding.
Very true.
I just spent 3 days in Florida at a conference, and it was like, oh my God, I am so ready for summer. So ready for summer.
Yeah. It was like 66 here the other day. I
Holy
need more of that.
Holy mackerel.